It's my intention to just sit quietly and record regardless.
No, you're not allowed to record without a 24-hour notice. That is our ordinance, which is home rule, which is our law, which we are allowed by the state to have.
I'm not going to argue that.
I'm not either, but we'll have you, I call the sheriff's department and have you escorted out.
You can do whatever you feel.
All you have to do, John, is come and give 24-hour notice.
I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to surrender my rights for you.
I'm just telling you, you can go to court, you can take it wherever you want to go, but you can't violate our ordinance. Zeb said here that night he told you and he escorted you out of here.
That was wrong.
Well, then why didn't you do something about it then?
What's your name?
You're not required to give your name to attend a meeting you don't intend to speak at.
I just keep a log of who's here.
You can put John, that's fine. You can put John, that's fine.
And your address?
I'm not giving it.
Thank you.
What you fail to understand, John, is the reason why we have this 24-hour notice is because when other people come in here to these meetings, they have rights too. And if they don't want you to record them or what they're in here to present, they have that right. That's why we ask for a 24-hour notice so that they can be aware of that. So whether you realize it or not, you violate their rights.
There's not a right to privacy in public, but that's all I'm going to say on it. I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Yeah, I was on my way down here and I was following Steve Klanger. He was coming in town too. The cop almost pulled right in front of Steve. We're both slamming on the brakes. Some guy in the alley, we're not sure what happened, but we both were like, oh my word, yeah.
Trying to get a step ahead. I have all the previous minutes for signature. I won't apply to you until, because I think you just signed it on this.
Can I speak to you a minute?
Here we go. So you and Lesser, the new folks.
So, yeah. Okay. Just a formality.
Mr. Miller, just so I let you know, I did call the sheriff's department and there will be a deputy here because we do have that legal authority. If you can't give us a 24-hour notice according to our ordinance, you cannot legally record. And I believe our attorney made you aware of that at a previous meeting and escorted you out of here. Had you escorted out of here. And after that, when you gave a notice, you were legally allowed to come in and record. So, when they can get a deputy here, we will have you escorted out of here. And you should not be recording.
I am recording, and that's unfortunate.
Well, first off, you shouldn't be recording right now because we're not having a meeting. And actually, it's you that's breaking the law. You do realize there's home rule, right? With villages. There's state law, and then there's home rule, which is our ordinances.
I'm like never hot,
Yeah.
and I've been hot all day.
I was gonna say, you're fine, you're
Right?
Mayor Stephanie Osborne.
Don't fuck it. How's it going?
We have a situation here. We have an ordinance that states that if you want to record our meetings, you have to give a 24-hour notice.
Okay.
Mr. Miller was here before,
Our attorney explained that to him and had our chief escort him out when he didn't give notice. He showed up tonight again. He has not given any notice, even though we have, allowed him to give notice before and come in and record.
Okay.
We just wanna follow the proper proceedings, because if other people come in here and they don't wanna be recorded, they have the right to know that somebody is gonna be here recording. That's why we do a 24-hour notice.
Okay.
So
Are
the
you guys?
gentleman, he's refusing to leave, and I'm letting him know.
Yeah. Are you guys in executive session?
No, we haven't even started yet, and he's recording already.
Okay. All right. Well, Mr. Miller, can I talk to you out here just for a moment?
You may.
He doesn't seem to think that ordinances are law.
Yeah, they are law, so
They're-
I understand.
I'll speak to you, yes.
Do you have your license on you real quick?
I don't have my license on me.
Okay. Do you mind if I get your name and date of birth?
I'll go ahead and give it to you. I believe it's required, I will.
You're not required.
Unfortunately for them, they don't understand that they can't make an ordinance that violates the Constitution and the Ohio Open Records Act, which states that you can't deny access to the public, even if they're recording.
Yeah.
And my intent is to record it, to put it on YouTube, so that people that don't attend the meetings can do it. And yes, previously I did get escorted out, and I did previously fill out the request forms. I just step out like these guys will run.
So is there something specific going on today that you wanted to report?
I just want to be able to put them up and be able to, anybody that doesn't get to come to the meetings can do it. I did that for a little bit, and I got busy with work, and I haven't been down in a while, and I'm down to do it. And I didn't fill out their paperwork because their paperwork's unlawful. You can't restrict access. The Open Records Act says you can't restrict access.
Yeah.
You can't predicate access on asking for permission. It's not a right if you have to ask for permission for it. And they don't understand that, and their attorney advised them erroneously that they have that authority.
Really?
And so they believe that that's the case.
Well,
I don't.
do
I'm
you
not
mind having
trying
a
to.
seat right there?
I'm not trying to cause a
a
problem or anything, but
Mhm.
but I do want to record. I don't want to be delayed too much that I can't record it.
Okay.
If the meeting starts at 6:15, I could wait in there quietly while you're doing your research.
Well,
I mean, because really, I got no
So the
reason to be
problem-
ejected at the moment.
yeah, so the problem is they have an ordinance, whether it's lawful or not, it's still a law.
Well,
You know what I mean?
but it's not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gotta be lawful to be a law, and it's not lawful. I mean, if they passed an ordinance saying you couldn't have black people in DeGraff, would you
Right.
come and say, well, it's a law, we've got to enforce it? You would not. I would hope you would not. And granted, that's a bit of an extreme example, but that's what could happen. can run my plate if you want.
Is that in your
Right there.
name?
Yeah, it's in my name.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just do that real quick.
I mean, I'm not trying to make your job harder, but I would like to be able to get back to that as soon as possible because I'm really missing it right now,
Yeah.
and I'm being obstructed from exercising my rights.
Right. 1 second. So let me go and talk to the mayor about this ordinance that they have. Because
I would still
I'm
not like to be. I would like to be not obstructed from doing it while you're figuring it out.
Excuse me, I'll,
Here, here.
I believe the recording device won't even
It is, yes. Please,
I think they
yes.
were
Please
telling
don't.
me
Please don't touch it.
Well, is your solicitor here by chance?
No, I tried to contact him that way.
Okay. Can you try again?
I've tried, I don't know, he has, I'm thinking he might be Pennsylvania.
I intend to be at both.
So
I know we're kind of in a pickle. Unfortunately, I'm not
Yeah.
going to surrender my rights for their ordinance. That's not lawful.
Yeah.
I'm not going to resist anything you have to say.
Mhm.
Okay, that's not my intent. I don't want to cause trouble. I want to sit there and silently record the meeting. That I have a constitutional right to do so. It's freedom of press.
yeah. So the problem is law enforcement. We're like good at criminal law stuff. This isn't really criminal law. So I want to call my boss and see what he wants me to do. Okay? Because I'm not saying you're wrong.
It is somewhat, but yes.
So I'm not saying
Is there
you're
any
wrong.
chance I can sit while you're figuring it out? Nothing's going to happen. I'm just going to be sitting like
No,
that's
I'd
my
rather
right.
not. Right.
I'd really rather you not obstruct the right.
Well,
I understand you need to do what you need to
it's
do.
the ordinance of DeGraff that's obstructing your right, whether that's lawful or not. They passed the law. You know what I mean? The council passed the law.
But if you uphold it, then you're still. I mean,
yeah.
I'm not
I
trying to be a
understand what
jerk.
you're saying.
I just don't want to be have my right restricted.
Yeah.
And they did grab my camera and move it.
Okay.
They should not have touched it. That's not their property.
26 to L8.
The mayor said that she believes people that come in have a right to not be recorded in a public meeting. That's why I need to put the notice in. That's what she believes.
26 to L7.
And if you need my ID, I can have my son bring it over.
No, that's all right.
Okay. It's like 2 blocks away.
Hello? Watson? Hi there. Hey, I have a situation here in DeGraff, and I tried to get a hold of Donnie and Chris. They didn't answer, or didn't answer me on the radio. So, I guess the village of DeGraff has an ordinance where if you want to record a public meeting, you have to give a 24-hour notice. There's a guy here that is recording, and he's not agreeing with the 24 hours notice.
It's against the Public Meetings Act. Ohio.
What was that? Yeah, I mean, they haven't told me specifically what ordinance that is, but, you know, the situation is, I think state law says that if it's not an executive session, he's allowed to record.
That's
But
exactly.
there is an ordinance, I guess, that we have.
It's unlawful
Okay.
for them to stop me from recording.
Alright.
Sorry.
Alright. So that's my lieutenant, like my boss's boss. He's
I-
gonna call, I think he's gonna call the prosecutor.
Yeah.
Because I wanna make sure we do it
No,
right.
I
because
understand. I'm just saying,
I
in the
don't
meantime,
wanna violate your rights.
in the
at
meantime,
the
we
meeting.
kind of are, but
Well,
kind of, you know.
Sorry.
I understand your predicament as well as mine,
Yeah.
you know. There should be no predicament, because you are right when you said that.
Yeah.
It does say
Yeah.
that they are not allowed to restrict it. Now, it gives some leeway in the law, and it says they're allowed to put some restrictions, and it lists the restrictions. And the restrictions are, you can't be walking around putting your camera in people's face.
Like can't be
That's,
making a
you
disturbance.
can't be, exactly. They can restrict that you can't use loud photography equipment. You can't be clicking and flashing. They can restrict that. And they can have you
Ohio
sit in a
Open
spot.
Meetings Act.
They can have you sit in a spot that is designated for media where you got a good view, but you're not blocking other people. Those are the kind of things they're allowed to do. They can't make you give They can't make you get permission. And their form states that you got to give a reason why you want to
In their
record
defense-
and a notice.
In their defense, in the mayor's defense, she got advice from her solicitor. So she's taking the advice that the professional gave her.
But
So
Foley, this how it happened. Okay, it was 2 years ago. I came in and recorded without that. They didn't have a law. They did not have an
Didn't have
ordinance.
an
The
ordinance.
very next week, they made that ordinance and made it an emergency ordinance and passed it with just one vote.
Yeah.
No 3 sessions. They passed the 3 sessions. It was such a great emergency to pass that.
okay.
So they did it specifically to stop me. There was no ordinance prior to that. So that's an important factor.
Yeah. I don't.
And you also can't make an ordinance that applies to an individual, but
Yeah.
or it's retaliatory. That's a retaliatory against my First Amendment rights. Is the way they passed it. And their counsel told them that they have the authority to do that, but the Supreme Court has said they don't. Like there's been cases before the Supreme Court on this same issue, and traditional public forums are open to the public. You can't demand ID to get into a public forum. You can't restrict the public's access to the public forum. So, with the exception that they're allowed to take your name and address if you intend on speaking.
Hello. Hey. You cut out. I'm sorry. Does not want to enforce it. Yeah. See, that's what I was thinking as well. Alright. Well, okay. Well, I'll advise the mayor that. I'm sure she's not going to be happy, but I'll let her know that we consulted with the prosecutor. So. Yeah. Okay. All right. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. So, at this time, we're going to let you, but let me go explain it to the mayor.
I got one question for you.
Yeah.
Did she ask you to bring me out here?
No,
For this?
I just wanted to talk to you out here.
I figured that was it. I just want to be
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. She didn't ask me to, but let me tell her that.
And
She's gonna suck
before
up.
you leave, can I get your information?
Yeah.
For your body cam.
Yeah, I can do that.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'll give you a minute. So what happened here is that the mayor tried to stop me from recording the city council meeting, and I've not been able to record it for the last 10 minutes that it's been in session. They've also grabbed my camera that's inside and moved it to prevent said recording. It appears that I'm going to be able to go back in soon. The officer that arrived was courteous. He called the lieutenant and the prosecutor, or the lieutenant called the prosecutor, and the prosecutor said they would decline to prosecute on this, obviously because it's unconstitutional. I should be going back in soon. I told the officer I would give him a moment to let the mayor know prior to me going in, but I will be going right back in here in a moment. So that's the plan. I will be here for the city council meeting as well, and I will have the entirety of that meeting recorded. I'm sorry about this delay, and we'll get back on track shortly. If anybody wants to lodge a complaint, here are the hours for the village of DeGraff. The meetings are held here in the utility office. The meetings times are posted online if anybody wishes to attend. Oh.
Okay, that's fine, but I don't understand.
Right. I'm sorry, I want to come in. I didn't mean to touch the button. The door opened. I do want to go in. I do not want to keep waiting. The officer is still talking, but I do want to go in. The village of DeGraff likes to do things in secret. They like when people do not show up to the meetings, and they'd really rather nobody be here. That's why they pass almost every ordinance as though it's an emergency when it is not.
How are you?
All right, how are you doing today, sir? I'm just waiting on him to finish up talking to her so I can go back in and continue my recording. They need to fix that lock there. It's falling apart. There's a sensor there.
Oh. That makes sense now.
Yeah, I walked by it and it opened up on me too.
All right, Mr. Miller, you can come on inside.
Okay.
Just, you know the rules and stipulations. Just don't be
Yep.
creating a disturbance or anything, and I'll get you a business card real quick.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I'll be right back in.
Yep, thank you.
My radio's not getting out.
We are waiting on quotes back for hose and ladder testing.
Yep.
Outside of that, we did find, during our last truck inspections, that, our landing zone lights are, starting to rot out on the inside from battery acid leaking out of the batteries. So I will be getting quotes on that and bringing that back for you guys, to get approval. And then Clinton has been doing some checking on some things. He's been in contact with friends. We've been told that we will have one of the trucks serviced within the next 2 weeks. He's also talked to Comers about starting a junior firefighter program, and they advised us that we could. He is talking with Miami Township Fire Department to get copies of their application and their liability paperwork. Once we have that, it will need to be reviewed by Zeb, per insurance, to make sure that he's kosher with everything on that. And then also during our truck checks, we found on engine 32 that the transmission fill cap